Hey guys, the Conquistador here. Just doing a quick Xbox One game collection because one of my subscribers asked me if I could do an updated one because they thought it would be cool. So here it is, I'm about to do it, and if you listen to that, that's just Pokemon. Let's go, Pikachu in the background. Alright, so first up we have 7 Days to Die. I bought this game, I don't exactly remember, but I really bought it because it was published by Telltale Games, and you know, now they're kind of on their way out sadly, but this was not actually that great of a game. It was better on PC, and even then it wasn't all that great, because when do you really hear about this game anymore? Next game we got here is Agents of Mayhem. It's set in the same universe as Saints Row, but this one is like, I think it's like after the ending of the last Saints Row game, Saints Row 4. So this is what's like happening after. And I mean, it's a decent game, but I have only played like a few minutes of it. I mean, if you're into Saints Row, you probably like it, but there's not much to the game. Next up we got Alekine's Gun. It's like a Hitman-ish game, but ever since Hitman came out, I mean, this game wasn't good to begin with. It's considered one of the worst Xbox One games anyways. But this, if it did just done a little more with it before Hitman had come out, this would have been a great game. Next game we got here is Alien Isolation Nostromo Edition. This is a great horror game. If you love the Alien series, then you're gonna love this game. And the cool thing about this game is, not only is it like you dread encountering the alien because you can't really hurt the alien, but they make sure that it seems like it stays so true to the movie, where even the computers look like very like 80s in design at like around the same time the movie came out. Next game we got here is Assassin's Creed Unity. I actually liked this game when it came out. I didn't actually suffer a lot of the bugs that this game had. And I don't know, I guess because of the bugs, people started to like really hate on it, and I think once it was patched, nobody really gave it a chance after that. But it is a pretty good game, and it's worth going back to now since it's like less than $10. Next game we got here is Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Another actually really good Assassin's Creed game. Just came out after Unity, and after Unity a lot of people were burned on Assassin's Creed, so once they saw this one they're like, oh no, so they passed it up. And then the reviews came out and it was decent enough, it was pretty good, so people started actually looking into it, but sadly didn't do that good. Next game we got here is Batman, the Telltale series. Another Telltale game. This one I actually really like. I don't know, I just really, like, I like the way they did. I need to play the new one, The Enemy Within or something like that. I like the relationship that can brew between you and Catwoman if you pursue that, and it's like, it kind of reminds me a bit of like The Wolf Among Us. Next game we got here is Batman Arkham Knight. Really good game, the finale to the Arkham series. There's rumblings that Rocksteady might go and make a Superman game, but it's been a while since those rumors came out and still nothing happened, but who knows, maybe one day we'll get a Superman game. Next game we got here is Battlefield 1. Probably one of my favorite Battlefield games. Sadly, they led up to Battlefield 5, which is probably one of the worst Battlefield games. And even if it wasn't, even though it's not like terrible, it's the way they treated their fans. They basically told you, if you don't like the historical inaccuracy, don't buy the game. So, you know what? A lot of people didn't buy the game, and it bit them in the ass. Next game we got here is Battlefield Hardline. This is like a cops and robbers Battlefield game. I actually really like this game. This was before I had Battlefield 1 and all that. And before I even got Battlefield 4. I don't actually have that. My brother does. I really like this game. I like the more like less Warzone fighting. It's like more like urban fighting. You know, you'll fight in the middle of like a city. You'll fight in like the hood, things like that. It's actually really interesting. Next game we got here is Battleborn. It was a game that is similar to Overwatch. This actually came out a little bit before Overwatch, but any fan base that this had immediately fell off as soon as Overwatch came out because it was just way better than this game. Next game we got here is Bendy and the Ink Machine. Really good horror game. I didn't actually get to play this yet, but I seen a couple of YouTubers play it, so I mean, I know what to expect, but I want to play this. I haven't played it yet. I just got it for Christmas. Next game we got here is Borderlands, the Handsome Collection. Comes with Borderlands 2 and the pre-sequel. Didn't really play much of either of these. I played more of like the first game, and even then I didn't get too far, but I mean, I do like what this game has to offer, so I should go back to it. Next game we got here is Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. I actually really like this Call of Duty. I know that this was like the one that introduced jetpacks, so people hate on it, but it's not that bad. If you want bad, you play Ghost. But this one's actually pretty good. Next game we got here is Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I actually didn't play much of this game, because I don't really like it. I know probably a lot of people like this one, but I didn't care for it. Next game we got here is Call of Duty Black Ops 4. This is the new one, it came out this year. Funny enough, all I really played of this game is the Blackout mode. I mean, I did play a bit of zombies, but really I'm just on here for the Black Ops mode, and it's been a little while since I played this. Next game we got here is Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. This is actually a really, really great game. It's beautiful. Just minus the little loot boxes they try to throw in there. And it's a pretty good remaster. It's like beautiful. The only thing is they took out a lot of the maps and they try to sell them to you as DLC, which is kind of stupid. If it's remastered, it should have been included anyways. Next game we got here is Infinite Warfare. I actually didn't hate this game. I thought Ghost was worse than this. The campaign was actually amazing in this game. I love the campaign. Zombies was pretty good. I love the Zombieland one. The multiplayer I did not care for, though. The multiplayer was probably the weakest part of this game. And it was because of that damn jetpack. Call of Duty World War II. Honestly, one of my favorite Call of Duty games to come out in a while. I love the War Mode. The War Mode I'd play like all the time when I get a chance. The War Mode was something that they should definitely bring back in the future. And the campaign was really good too. It had an in-depth view on the war. It showed you some of the things you would come to expect, like with the Holocaust. So it's a really good game. What you call it? I didn't actually even really play zombies in that game though, so that's something. I didn't like the zombies in that game. The first map, the only map they gave you was kind of ass. Constructor. It's like some kind of city building game where you're like a mafia member or something. I didn't care for it. Next up we got Dark Souls 1 and 2. I mean, 2 and 3. I have the first one on the Xbox One. I mean, the Xbox 360. I didn't really play much of Dark Souls 2, but Dark Souls 3 was my shit. I love this game. Even though, like, I couldn't get past it. I still haven't beaten this game. It's still a beautiful game, and even if you're not, like, good at, like, hard games, I think it's still worth a play. Next games we got up is Dead Rising 2 and Dead Rising 4. I did have Dead Rising 3, but it's not my copy, it's my brother's, so he took it. But I need to get 2 and 3 just to complete my little Dead Rising collection on the one. Loved the first Dead Rising, still my favorite one. Dead Rising 2 was really, really good too. I bought that game day one when it came out on the 360. And then Dead Rising 4, probably the one that people hate the most. But I actually really love this game. It's pretty cool. It's more linear than the other Dead Risings. It's funny because Dead Rising was always kind of linear. But, yeah. That's that. That's that stack. Next up, we got Dead Alliance. Really, really terrible game. I was hoping it was going to be decent. I bought it for like $29.99 when it came out. Really, really bad game. They did not update it. I thought it would be better because the game ran terrible and like frame-wise when you play online. And I thought maybe they'd update that. They didn't do shit for this game. Next game we got up here is Deadpool. Didn't beat this game, but I played a lot of it. I think it's really funny. Never watched the first Deadpool, but I did watch the second one. I love that one, but it's actually a really decent movie tie-in, if you want to call it that, but it doesn't really have much to do with the movie. Next up, we got Deus Ex: Mankind Divided. This is actually one of my favorite games of... What year is this? 2016. one of my favorite games of 2016, honestly. I need to go back to it. Didn't finish it, but when I was playing it, I was in love, so I'm honestly disappointed in myself that I didn't finish it. Next, we got Destiny 2. Better than the first one, but not by much, and if you want me to confirm that for you, I barely played it. This is actually a European copy, ordered it from Amazon. It's not awful, but I mean, it's not awful, but it's not great either. It kind of fixed certain things that the first one had wrong, and then left some of them there anyways. Oh, next up we got Dishonored 2. I played the first one on 360 as well. It came with a copy of it, but I think I gave it to a friend. And funny enough, he barely played it. But when I did play a bit of this game, I picked Corvo Antano because that's the man. Next, we got Disney Infinity 3.0. I forgot when I bought. I think I bought this game with the whole like starter pack. They came with like the Disney figures or something. Pretty good game. Kind of sad that they never like brought it back. I guess once the toy to life business really died with Skylanders, they kind of jumped up ship as well. Next we got is Doom by Bethesda and ID Software. Beautiful, beautiful game. I can't wait for Doom Eternal because this game was just like amazing. I didn't actually expect this game to be as good as it was, but it felt like fast-paced, like old school Doom, and just like the blood and gore was like amazing. It really like you just rip people's arm off and then like slap them with it. It was crazy. And I liked the multiplayer to it too. I know a lot of people didn't, but I thought it was okay. And sadly, nobody's on the multiplayer anymore. Next, we got Dragon Age Inquisition. Didn't really play this game, but I never really cared for the Dragon Age games, so I can't really say much about this one. But what I did play, it was definitely better than like I think the second one was the one I mainly tried to play, and that wasn't that good. Next up, we got Dying Light. It's like Dead Island, and funny enough, it looks like Dying Light 2 will come out before Dead Island 2 comes out because Dead Island 2 has been pushed back for like who knows how long. But it is a pretty good game. You could play online with your friends. They added some kind of like, I think it's called Bad Blood mode, where it's kind of like Battle Royale-ish. But pretty good game. If you're still waiting on Dead Island, you should probably just stop because I don't know when that's coming. Next up we got is Evolve. Did not like this game. I bought it mainly because it was made by the same people that made Left 4 Dead. Well, Left 4 Dead 2. And honestly, they shit the bed on this one. They even tried to release a second season pass, like anybody who's gonna buy that shit. Next up, we got Fallout 4. My favorite game of, I think it was 2015 or 20. I think it was 2015. My favorite game of that year, game of the year for me. I know a lot of people picked The Witcher, but I love this game and I still play it occasionally. So yeah, great game. Next up, we got the most controversial game of 2018, Fallout 76. I got the Tricentennial Edition. I actually really enjoy this game. I mean, I'm not blind to the faults. I know there's like a lot of problems with this. My biggest like, the biggest thing I dislike about this game is the fact that there's like not a single human NPC anywhere, and all the vaults are closed. I know they said that might be DLC later, but still, like, I think they need to add some human NPCs in there. Just going everywhere and finding everybody dead just makes the game really lonely. Next we got Far Cry 4 Limited Edition. Didn't really play too much of this game, but I know that if you wait 15 minutes in the game, Pagan Men will come back in and then the game will end. So it's funny because it like, gives you like a quick ending of the game if you didn't feel like playing anything, but why would you buy the game? Next we got Forza Motorsport 5. Actually, besides the video that I did on this a while back, and playing it a little bit after, didn't really play too much of this. It's a pretty good game though, if you're really looking for like racing. Next we got up is Final Fantasy Type 0. Didn't play much of this game. Sadly, I bought it and they only have the GameStop case. It's definitely not a bad game. It was one of the first Final Fantasies to actually have like that combat style that you would eventually see in Final Fantasy 15. And I think that was mainly why I bought it. And then we got Final Fantasy 15, where I didn't get too far in this game, but it still was one of my favorite games of 2016, I believe. Yeah, this is a good game. I need to go back to it. And I'm not a Final Fantasy fan. I hated the turn-based combat. Next we got is Friday the 13th, the game. I actually really like this game. I need to go back to this. I know they keep adding new modes and things like that. It's quite an interesting story how the game started from, you know, being funded on GoFundMe or something like that. And then look at where it's gone. Next we got up is the Fortnite Deep Freeze bundle. This comes with like the Deep Freeze character with all his things at 1,000 V-Bucks. But funny enough, the Xbox One version comes with the game disc of Fortnite. So if you have every single console of the Switch and the PS4, I'd go with this one because it actually comes with the disc. Next up we got is For Honor. Loved this game when it came out, then honestly I fell off. I think this game had a good appeal when it started, and then like a few weeks after I was like done with it. I don't know, they're still like putting DLC to it, but I don't really care. Next we got FIFA 15. It's just FIFA, you know, FIFA is pretty much the same thing every year. But I actually really like this game. It's the only FIFA game I have like on the Xbox One I didn't buy anymore. Next we got Gears of War Ultimate Edition and Gears of War 4. Ultimate Edition is a beautiful remake of the first game. That's how you do a remake, honestly. They added a lot of maps from like 2 and 3 just to add that little replayability for the multiplayer. And then we got Gears of War 4, where this game is just like beautiful, has a beautiful story mode. It really wraps up certain things nicely, and it's not even done yet. It's like after the Locust War, now we got a new threat, and now we're getting the next one. I don't know if it's called Gears 5 or something, but yeah, we're getting that eventually. Next we got Grand Theft Auto 5. It's GTA 5. I really don't have to say much about it. You mean, if you don't have GTA 5 yet, are you really a gamer? Next we got Homefront: The Revolution. One of the worst games ever on Xbox right now, or and PS4. It's just not a great game, and it's a terrible sequel to a game that wasn't even that highly regarded in the first place. Next we got Halo: The Master Chief Collection, Halo 5. I actually really love the Master Chief Collection. I know people hate this because of the way the state they released in it, but I didn't have a problem when I bought it. Really good game. I love this game. Has all the 4 games, and if you want ODST, you can get that for like $5. Or if you bought it when it came out, you get the game free. Halo 5 Guardians. Love this game. I don't understand the hate. Multiplayer is one of the best multiplayers on a Halo game ever, so yeah, that's something amazing about that game. Next game we got here is Halo Wars 2. Love the first Halo Wars. It's actually what introduced me to strategy genre, and ever since then I've been playing strategy games on PC and all that, so have a soft spot for Halo Wars, and this one is just like more of like what was good about the first one. Next we got the Inside Limbo bundle. I finished Limbo. Really interesting game. Playdead really knows how to make good games, and 505 finally, you know, produces something worthwhile, because they produced some pretty bad games. But well, yeah. But didn't play too much of Inside, but from what I did play, it feels like Limbo, but like 10 times more like beautiful and fleshed out. Next we got Injustice 2. Amazing fighting game by NetherRealm, and now they're coming out with the next Mortal Kombat game, so everybody's looking forward to that. And this is a really good game. I got it for like $15 on Black Friday like a couple of years ago, and it was worth it. Next we got Killer Instinct, remake of the old ones. It's like an Xbox exclusive. And they keep adding seasons, I think. I don't know if they stopped by now, but it's a pretty good game. Next we got Kung Fu Panda, Showdown of Legendary Legends. It's like a Smash clone. It's a pretty good one too. It's not anything crazy. Next we got Lichdom Battle Mage. Didn't play like any of this game, so I don't really have anything to say still. Next we got Madden 25. Just, you know, typical Madden. This was like I think the first next gen Madden game, so it probably sold pretty well. Next game we got here is Mad Max. Really, really good movie game. It's not really a movie tie-in by any means to the Fury Road, but it's a beautiful, beautiful game. You could customize your car. You could let him grow his beard. You could change his hairstyle. It was actually really, really interesting. And I recommend that game. Next we got Mafia 3. Funny enough, I bought this game back when it came out. Played a good amount of it. Didn't really care for what I played at first, so I sold it, bought it back, finished it, and had a great appreciation for it after I beat it. Decent game, no way near as good as Mafia 2, but it was good. Next we got up is one of the most controversial games also of that year, Mass Effect Andromeda. I didn't hate this game when I played it, but trying to go back to play it recently, I just can't do it. I've beaten the first 3 Mass Effects more times than I can count, multiple times, but this one I can't. I beat it once and I can't go back. Next game we got up, or games, is Metal Gear Solid 5, Ground Zeroes, and the Phantom Pain. Gear Solid was just like a little prequel. It was mostly a demo to the first, this game, Phantom Pain. And funny enough, I actually beat Ground Zeroes, but I didn't beat Phantom Pain. I just never went back to Phantom Pain, but it's a pretty decent, not decent game. It was one of the best games of that year, so if you're looking to play that, go ahead. Next we got Metro Redux, comes with Metro 2033 and Last Light just remastered. I beat Last Light on 360, and I haven't really played much of 2033. I should go back to that because the game looks amazing, remastered. Next up we got is Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor. Played a little bit of Shadow of Mordor. Haven't played Shadow of War at all, even though it's open. I bought it sealed for like $10 at GameStop and haven't played it since I got it. Next we got Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Sadly, EA didn't, market this game as well as they should have, and it was actually a really, really good game. But sadly, nobody knew it was really coming out. Only the people that really cared for like the first game knew about it. Next we got Minecraft, and Minecraft is everybody knows about Minecraft. It started on PC, moved everywhere else after that. And I'm pretty sure everybody played Minecraft at least once, whether it was on a console, on your phone, or something. Next game we got here is Mighty, number 9. One of the, it was kind of like what people were hoping was going to be the next Mega Man at the time, and it sadly fell flat. I didn't think it was awful, but it made me like pissed. I never finished a single level because it was like literally that hard. And then Mega Man 11 came out this year, and it was one of the best games of the year. Next, we got Monster Hunter World. Didn't play a lot of this game, but what I did play was amazing. I know you see like a pattern here that I don't play a lot of the games I buy, but this is a really good game, and I see why it was nominated for like Game of the Year, because it would definitely deserve to be there. Murdered Soul Suspect, a game where you're murdered right at the beginning of the game, so it's not really spoilers. And then you're a ghost, and you basically have to investigate and find your killer while also helping people who are also dead. Next, we got NBA Live 14. I think I bought this game because it was like less than like $2. I didn't really care. I don't really play NBA games, so. Next, we got Need for Speed. I actually liked this game. I know a lot of people hated it, but I thought it was a pretty good Need for Speed game, and I get to finish it. And I have a lot of games, and this video is almost 25 minutes long. Next we got NHL 15, hockey game. I bought it because it was also like less than $5. And I didn't ever play a hockey game. And I don't even think I played this, honestly. I probably should play it, but I don't know, I got so much more to play. Next we got Outlast Trinity. It comes with Outlast 1, the Whistleblower DLC, and Outlast 2. Outlast 1 and the Whistleblower was like 2 of the best horror games ever made at the time. Whistleblower is still my favorite. And then Outlast 2 was, it was pretty like decently good, but it was nowhere near as good as like the first or Whistleblower. Next we got is Past Cure. I think I bought this game for like less than $10 on Amazon, brand new, and I played like a few minutes of it. Didn't really play much. I think I got like stuck at some part and I just stopped playing. Next we got PUBG. This is actually like a little box that it came in. It's not like the physical. I mean, it's physical, but it just came with a download code. Now they have the finished product one. I loved this game back when it came out, but then I just started playing Fortnite. I never came back to this. Next we got Okami HD. Actually really good game. I bought this because it was like 20 bucks when it came out. Didn't expect this game to be as good as it was, and it's an amazing game. I really need to finish this game because I really loved what I played. And it kind of reminds me of Zelda, and this was like a great remake. So if you don't have this game, get it. It's like still probably less than 20 bucks. Next we got Overwatch. This was Game of the Year 2016, I believe. I don't know if it deserved it, but it was definitely a really, really good game by Blizzard, and now they're trying to push Diablo Immortal down our throats, so that's sad. You guys not have phones? I think that pissed me off the most. You know, like, these are your fan base, you need to, like... I mean, obviously, if they don't like the game, you gotta take constructive criticism. You don't just, like, shit-talk them. Next we got Firown. It's like kind of like a Dark Souls-ish game where it's like side-scrolling, but if you die you have to like restart and all the enemies are back, and it's kind of like a pain-in-the-ass game, but actually pretty good. I think I bought it for like less than 10 bucks, and I was surprised at how decent it was. Next we got is Prey, made by the same people that made Dishonored. They came to make this game, and it was actually really good, but then the DLCs were kind of lackluster, so... next we got is Pro Evolution Soccer 2015. Didn't play this game at all. Like I said, I didn't buy another FIFA game, but I did buy Pro Evolution Soccer. Next we got is Quantum Break. One of the better exclusives that Microsoft has put out recently. Well, not recently. This was... I don't even know when. I'm not gonna look. My Xbox One actually came with a download code of that. But I bought a physical version because I like my physical copies. Next game we got here is... I know there's the Gears of War thing, but it's not. It's just the Rare Replay game. And Rare Replay is one of the best games. When it came out, it was like 30 bucks, so it's like $1 for 30 games. Like $1 each game, so 30 bucks, not bad. Next we got here is ReCore. Love this game. One of the better games that were put out as an exclusive for Xbox, and I need to go back and beat this because it was really good. It's made by the same guy that made Mega Man back in the day. My favorite game of 2018, Red Dead Redemption 2. One of the best games of this year, and honestly one of the biggest achievements in gaming recently. And as you can see, it won so many awards at the Game Awards because it was such a great game. And if you ask me, they robbed this game of Game of the Year and gave it to God of War, and I love God of War. God of War would have been second, but they had to steal it from them. Next we got Resident Evil Origins Collection. It comes with 0 and 1 remastered, and they're remaking the second one. It actually comes out later this month, and I'm excited for that because it looks beautiful. They're using the same engine from the 7th one. Next game we got here is Resident Evil 4, my favorite Resident Evil game of all time. So, you know, when this game was announced, I had to get it day one. Even, it was 20 bucks, and it's the best 20 bucks you can spend if you haven't played it yet. Next, we got Resident Evil 5. You know, it was really good, actually. It wasn't as good as Resident Evil 4. And sadly, I mean, it was good, but sadly this led to the decline of the Resident Evil series, which led to this game, Resident Evil 6. Which, admittedly, I didn't hate either, but... It turned into an action game. It went from horror to action. So, that was sad. But then, we got this amazing game, Resident Evil 7. One of the best horror games ever made. Definitely quenched a lot of people's hunger after PT was cancelled. Really, really good game. If you don't have Resident Evil 7 yet, you need to get that, because it's like less than 20 bucks and it's a great game. Next, we got Rise of Rome. Honestly... People hated this game, but it was one of my favorite Xbox One games. It's still one of my favorite games on Xbox. It's like similar to God of War, but you know, Roman, which was really, really cool. I love this game. Next we got Sea of Thieves, one of the other great exclusives that Xbox put out. Sadly, when it first came out, it wasn't released with much content, but now they've definitely, you know, they've definitely rectified a lot of that. Now there's a lot more. I want to go back to play this game. I haven't played it in a long time, but you know, it's a good game. This game we got here is the Shenmue 1 and 2 HD collection. I got pretty far in the first game, but I stopped playing it because, I mean, I love the game. I love what I'm playing. I didn't play it on the Dreamcast, but I hate the waiting in between missions. Like, literally, they'll give you a mission, you'll finish it, and they'll be like, oh, come back tomorrow, and you'll literally need to go back to your house, fall asleep, and then wait actual couple of long minutes, sometimes even half an hour for the next mission to start, and it's kind of like a pain in the ass. And so I haven't even gotten to the second one yet. Next game we got here is Shadow Warrior. One of the funniest games that you can buy. The main character just like says the most Loang. He just says some stupid shit like every other second. It's kind of funny. Next game we got here is Sniper Elite 3. Hold on. I'll show you guys something. I have the Sniper Elite 3 Collector's Edition. They came with it for like 20 bucks brand new. It was definitely one of my favorite buys. One of my best pickups, you know. Next we got is actually a game produced by Xbox, which you would never expect, but made by Insomniac, is Song of the Deep. Didn't play a lot of this game, but what I did play was it's an interesting like underwater 2D game, and it's really like beautiful in its visuals, so I'd recommend that game. Next we got here is one of the biggest surprises ever for me, South Park: The Stick of Truth. When I bought this game, I bought it because it was like less than 20 bucks, and I'm like, I hear people talk good about this game all the time, so I'm like, I might as well get it. And I played it, and honestly, one of the best games I played that whole year. And I still need to get the Fractured Butthole. This game is amazing, and I had so much fun with it, and I'm not a person that even cares about the South Park TV show. Next we got here is Star Wars Battlefront. Really like this game. You can get this game for like less than $3 now if you really want it. And I say for less than $3, it's worth it. They gave all the DLC away for free recently, so definitely worth it. Love that game. Next game we got here is Battlefront 2. Everybody knows sadly the controversy behind this. Yeah, was trying to flush more DLC down your throat. Not DLC, loot boxes, and all this free DLC they're talking about still has yet to come even to this day. But I did like what I played, and I think it's a great sequel, even though we're still waiting on that DLC. Next we got here State of Decay 2. One of the better games also of exclusives. Xbox doesn't put out a lot of exclusives, unfortunately, but this is definitely one of the good ones. When they do, they're pretty good, you know. Even though the PlayStation fans would have you think otherwise. Next we got here Sunset Overdrive, a good example of like one of the best exclusives on the Xbox One. This released, I think, around the time the console came out. Made by Insomniac, so you know it's going to be good. Hello, Spider-Man. Yeah, one of the best games on the Xbox as an exclusive. Next we got Tales from the Borderlands, another Telltale game. This is actually probably my favorite Telltale game, and I wasn't expecting it to because, like I said, I barely played Borderlands. But this game is just hilarious. It's like so much fun. I'd recommend this game. Even if you didn't care for Borderlands, get this game because it's hilarious and it's a good time. Next we got here is Tekken 7. Comes with a copy of Tekken 6, which was one of the, I guess, the perks of buying the Xbox One version. And I know there's a lot more DLC coming out now, but I haven't bought in any of it because I don't really care. But really good fighting game. And I didn't really play Tekken in the past. Next game we got here is The Witcher 3. I know a lot of people love this game. And I played it on multiple consoles and even on PC, trying to get into it. Just couldn't get into it. I know it's Game of the Year 2015. I know a lot of people love this game, but in my opinion, I just did not like it, and I don't think it's that good. But hey, don't kill me for that opinion, because it's an opinion. Next we got here is The Elder Scrolls Online. Love The Elder Scrolls Skyrim, but just couldn't get into this game. I don't know why. And then we're talking about Skyrim. One of the best remakes recently. I know the PC people are like, why buy the remake? Just get it on PC. Got mods, boy. But honestly, it's a great game. And I did not mind buying this game for full price because it's such an amazing game. I love Skyrim. Book of Unwritten Tales 2. Didn't play this game at all. I think I bought it for like less than $6 at a game store. Next we got here is The Surge. It's kind of like a futuristic Dark Souls. And it's, you know, it's interesting because this game is actually really good, but not a lot of people even knew that it came out or even knew about it. So, I mean, I'd recommend that. If you're into Dark Souls, you'll like that game. Next we got here's The Evil Within 2. Really, really good horror game. This one is definitely miles above the first game. This one actually feels creepy, and I love that. Next game we got here is The Walking Dead, A New Frontier. Really like this game. I need to get the new one because I want to finish the Telltale. You know, they want to finish that last Walking Dead game before they, you know, close up shop. So I want to, you know, I want to bless them with my fucking amazing grace. Not gonna stop, but I want to bless. I want to, you know, I want to play that game. I want to support their last game before they go out. Next we got is Thief. Didn't play a lot of these games till this day. It's not, from what I played, it seems pretty good. I know a lot of people didn't like this one, but I just need to go and try it because I haven't. Next we got here is Titanfall 2. Amazing game. This was definitely a great game that year, but sadly not too many people even bought it or played it because it was right in between, you know, Black Ops. Oh, no, was it Black Ops? No. It was right in between Call of Duty Infinite Warfare and Battlefield 1, sadly, so almost nobody paid attention to this because everybody was looking forward to either one of those games. Next game we got here is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5. Terrible game, but I bought it for like less than $5 on Amazon, brand new, so I actually, for, you know, I enjoyed it for $5. Next we got here is Rainbow Six Siege. One of the, you know, best games out there. People still playing this game. People play it competitively. It's funny because this game kind of reminded me of Counter-Strike when I first bought it, and it's, I can see, I don't know if many of you can see that resemblance, but it's, I see it, and it's a pretty good game. Next we got here is The Division. I know they're coming out with the second one. I actually really enjoyed this game when I played it. There's a lot of, you know, there was a lot of bad, you know, shit behind that game too, sadly. Next we got here is UFC 3. Just got this game for Christmas as well, and I've just been playing the story mode, knocking people out left and right. I love this game. I need to finish my campaign, and I might even start playing a female campaign after. Next game we got here, I also got for Christmas, haven't played it at all yet. Vampire. This game looks amazing, though. It's by Don't Nod, and you already know I love Life is Strange, so I need to play this game. Next we got here is Warhammer Vermintide, the End Times. It's kind of like a Left 4 Dead game as well, but in the Warhammer universe. It's a pretty interesting game. Next we got here is Watch Dogs 2. Like the first one, didn't play a lot of this one, but this one, from what I did play, it's better than the first one, which I know a lot of people are probably thinking, yeah, that's not hard to do, but it's actually a really good game. Next we got here is Wolfenstein. Beat this game recently, and I love this game. This game is amazing. So after I beat this game, I got the second one, and this game is even better than the first one. And I mean, who doesn't love killing some Nazis? You know, I think that's like, should be a pastime for most people. Next game we got here is Zombie. Technically the last game, but I have one game. It's like a special edition that I'll just put at the end. Zombie, one of the best zombie games I played in a while. I had to import this one from Europe because they only had it physical there. This came out back on the Wii U as Zombie U, and then they released it later as a download and physically in Europe, so I bought this from there, and it's a great game. And the last game I got here is Life is Strange Before the Storm. I picked this game up day one when I heard that there was a new Life is Strange coming out. You can see I got the collector's edition. So much of this stuff is... The only thing I did was play the game. Everything else in here is like brand new. I didn't touch anything. So, great game. Love it. And yeah, Life is Strange is my shit. So, you can see I got all these games. So yeah, that's my Xbox One collection. And you can see I had to take all of it down from up there just to do this. So, got my PlayStation Classic. I just got that, you know. A lot of people hate that, but hey, But yeah, that's the end of the collection. Thanks, guys. Love you, and the Conquistador out.